Proverbs tells us that an excellent woman is precious. She is more valuable than rubies and more valuable than diamonds. She stands as a beacon of beauty, beckoning others to the light, not with her outward appearance, her clever charm, or even successful career, but with a surrendered spirit, a graceful character, and a hope-filled desire to shine for Him. Does this woman actually exist? History shows us that she does. She reflected in the daring determination of Helen Keller, the loving embrace of Mother Teresa, and the savory meals of a seemingly ordinary grandmother. These women were not perfect, but they served a perfect God. They were not born into exceptional wealth, yet they showered others with the riches of God's kingdom. They chose to rise above the ordinary to accomplish the extraordinary. Born in Alabama in 1880, Helen Keller's life changed forever when at the tender age of 19 months, a childhood illness left her blind and deaf. Although she couldn't see, she had a vision. Although she couldn't hear, she had a message. Although born a woman, she had a future. And by 7 years old, Helen Keller, against all odds, learned to speak and write. She was the first deaf-blind person to earn a college degree. Her life was not just a symbol of perseverance, but was a sacrifice of service as she fought for the future of women and workers. It was said of Keller by a Japanese admirer, "This blind and deaf woman lifts her head high and teaches us to win our way back by work and laughter. She brings light and hope to the heart." As Helen Keller saw the light of hope in the midst of her blindness, Mother Teresa saw God's ray of possibility in the desperate slums of Calcutta. Mother Teresa was born in 1910. At the age of 12, she felt a call to join the church, where she was educated and developed a heart for the neglected. She moved to Calcutta, where she, much to people's shock, chose to live among the poor and hungry people, organizing efforts to feed and care for those in the greatest need. Her work extended beyond Calcutta and became a worldwide effort to care for, in her words, the hungry, the naked, the homeless, the crippled, the blind, the lepers, all those people who feel unwanted, unloved, uncared for throughout society. She did this not for her glory, but for His, encouraging us all to realize that not all of us can do great things, but we can do small things with great love. Through her, great love filled the slums of Calcutta, and through one grandmother, love filled the one ordinary kitchen in Carson, California. Born in 1919, Margarita Palacio grew up as many of us did. Most people came to know her as Mrs. P, or Marissa Caloma's grandmother. She always wore high heels and was always dressed so beautifully. But it wasn't just her outward appearance that made her classy. Her true class was found in the inward beauty of her heart. Every morning she would get up, slip into her high heels, and ask God what her assignment for the day was. Before long, He'd drop a name on her heart. Then she'd head into the kitchen and begin to cook, blending in more than just savory spices. For hours and hours, she would pray over every ingredient. She would declare the promises of God into every item of food she prepared. When the meal was ready, she would call up the person God had placed in her heart and give them a precious package. A meal not just whipped in the kitchen, but prepared with love and injected with the power of God. Her humble obedience and willingness to serve enabled her to radiate the love and hope of God into many dark and hopeless situations. And even though she moved up to her heavenly home almost 11 years ago, her legacy lives on. 3 different women, 3 different gifts, one amazing God. Shine bright, illuminate, be radiant.